So this is not the video I had planned today, but I came across this clip from the Mighty Cast, and man, this is a bombshell, right? This is coming from DC, and it has to do with why that fight never happened between him and Brock Lesnar. I'm pretty sure you guys know what the main reason is, but we're gonna go over what DC says. We're gonna go relook at that case with Vince McMahon, and I have an opinion that's gonna piss some people off at you. But I want to jump to the clip. Let's play it with audio.
That's what I loved about my career is that I would take still normal day classes and he would teach curriculum, and then I was able to, apply that curriculum into my fights.
Mixed martial arts, yeah.
In mixed martial arts.
It was awesome.
But yeah, man. DC,
What you didn't say the story. Why did the Brock fight?
Oh,
No,
Brock, I'm sorry.
We started vibing out, man. We started having a good time. So why did that fight happen?
So Brock actually came, and then the WWE paid him more to stay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they paid him more to stay.
Yeah.
We danced the dance for a while.
Yeah.
It could have been Brock and I when I fought Derek Lewis in New York.
Yep.
But yeah, they paid him so much to stay. Man, he was such a big star there.
Oh yeah.
That he could make money to go do that and do nothing with suplexes.
Yeah.
Or go fight me in an octagon.
Which is that shit is real and unique.
It's real, and I'm gonna try to kill him.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like, yeah,
Damn, my bad. I really quick want to stop the video right there. So, he was supposed to fight Brock Lesnar when he fought DC, which was, or not DC, Derek Lewis, at 2:30. So, that would have been November, right after he got the belt. And it would have been a massive, massive fight. Like, and I'm going to get more into it later, but especially for DC and his legacy, that was big for him. But let's continue the clip.
he made the best choice.
Maybe one day we might get you Brock versus DC in WWE.
I mean, Brock is on the ban list right now.
Is he?
Oh, dude, Brock got into so much trouble. He tried to hold me up for this shit. He know what Brock did. I ain't telling you on air what Brock did. Okay, Brock is so much trouble.
All right, we'll do it off air. Well, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Mighty Cast. We're joined by one of the greats of the sport, Daniel Cormier.
All right.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
You're the man, my brother.
My man.
Right
I'm
there.
your host, Demetrius Johnson. Right-hand man, Michael Wands over is behind the camera.
That's all you get. And Mighty Mouse instantly ending the conversation to know. But, so we're here to speculate, right? What could Brock Lesnar do to get in big trouble? Now, he's already had, any fight he wanted in UFC. And I know it's fake, WWE as well. He got to work his schedule. He got to make a boatload of money because he was the biggest star to come out of both of these promotions. The Brock Lesnar crossover with the UFC, and even before when he went over to New Japan, was major for MMA as a whole. Again, Brock Lesnar is still one of few fighters to pull 1 million buys. But we got this article here from the Republic World. I don't know. I honestly don't have any allegiance to any news outlets. Everybody has their bias. But let's read this here. Brock Lesnar is on WWE's ban list. Former multi-time champion Close Aid drops stunning revelation. Close Aid. What does... Again, I hate these articles. Daniel Cormier has made a huge claim on Brock Lesnar's status in the WWE amid lawsuit controversy. Casting doubt on his return, the Beast's fate remains uncertain, and DC hints there's more to the story. Daniel Cormier, the former UFC fighter, has revealed that Brock Lesnar may not return to the WWE anymore, which is very apparent. The guy's almost 50. He hasn't been on there, I think, in years. They might have brought him back once, but again, I I barely watched WWE. The last thing I watched was John Cena winning his 17th title. After that, it's just too painful. They're trying to be like every other sport when it's a fake sport. A bit like UFC now trying to blend in with every other sport, but I'm getting off track here. The multi-time world champion hasn't been on WWE TV since August 2023 after losing to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. I had it right there. Lesnar took off and was on track for a 2024 Royal Rumble comeback. However, Janelle Grant, not Grant, it's Grant, lawsuit put the brakes on those plans, and DC believes the Incarnate may never return to the WWE as he is placed on the ban list, which would make sense for the kind of accusation against him. But when it comes to Brock Lesnar's involvement, which we're going to read, he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong from what is stated and what from Janelle Graham said. Brock Lesnar has been away from the WWE and any wrestling action since the controversial Janelle Grant lawsuit came to light. Lesnar was named in the trafficking lawsuit which was filed against Vince McMahon and the WWE. The Beast Incarnate was one of the most popular wrestlers with his cowboy Brock persona, having the fans' attention. Lesnar was on a winning spree before dropping the title to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 38. Brock Lesnar was supposed to return for in-ring action with the WWE, but the lawsuit put everything on hold. Daniel Cormier has revealed that Lesnar is on the company's ban list as he got in a lot of trouble after being named in the lawsuit. I know we just listened to DC say this, but I want to go over this. Brock Lesnar is on the ban list right now. Oh, dude, Brock got in so much trouble. I ain't telling you on air what Brock did. It, Brock is in so much trouble. Um, now, is Brock Lesnar genuine? Okay, I want really quick though. So, there must be evidence of him actually doing, like, basically doing something with Janelle Grant, or it's an entirely different lawsuit, entirely different situation. Again, though, with the whole lawsuit when it came up, two things made sure. Vince McMahon is a crazy freak into a lot of things that really were abhorrent. Again, I've never felt the urge to shit on anyone. I don't know. Maybe I'm in, the minority on that one. But like, the thing that was apparent to me, right, is that you go throughout what was laid out where she came in as an intern, she got a six-figure salary, to basically be Vince McMahon's escort. Like, there's no better way of saying it. But when you read those messages, she was into it. She was calling for it. Again, you can say the mental pressure. You can say, the fear of losing her job and that. But again, at any moment, she could have left. She could have said no. this is fucked up. Again, I know it's hard to stand up for women, but I feel like we're past that stage. I feel like we are past the stage where nobody cares. The moment any man gets accused of this, even if they're found not guilty in that, it's a stain on their entire legacy, their name. Try getting a job after. Um, but let's see. There we go. Alright, I thought they were gonna have a bit of information on it here, but here I pulled this up as well. Then we're gonna get into why it would have been major for both of their legacies, really. Um, what am I at here on time? Oh, 10 minutes, we're good. So, WWE superstar and former UFC champion Brock Lesnar was officially identified in an amended federal lawsuit filed by former WWE employee Janelle Grant. If you remember when this came out, it said former WWE and UFC champion, which your only two options there were Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar, which you know, I don't think Ronda Rousey's into that. But I don't know, maybe. Who originally filed the lawsuit in January 2024, the WWE and former company executive John Laurinaitis of trafficking. Trafficking, physical, emotional abuse, assault, negligence. We all know I can't say those words. The amendment filed January 31st alleges McMahon used Grant as a sexual pawn to entice the world famous wrestling talent and to keep Brock Lesnar under contract with the WWE. And which, by the way, I just want to point this out once again. You can call me a jackass for doing so. Um, okay, so you have Brock Lesnar, like what, 300 pounds, and then you have this girl. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but can you really imagine this girl with this? I don't know. I that's always been weird to me. But anyway, what was I? Da, da, da. According to Grant, McMahon directed her to create personalized pornographic content for Lesnar and the WWE Hall of Famer, and alongside producer Michael Hayes. Oh, I forgot they got Michael Hayes there. If you guys don't know about old wrestling, he was one of the Freebirds. There was a little, trio they had. That was pretty famous. I'm pretty sure they got in the Hall of Fame, which, yeah, it's the WWE Hall of Fame, but you got recognized and all that stuff. The amendment, the amended lawsuit also includes screenshots of text appearing to be from McMahon requesting specific pornographic content from Grant. According to the filing, McMahon told Grant that Lesnar would be the next playmate. Ms. Grant amended complaints revealing new details further demonstrating the sexual abuse she suffered. Damn it, I said it. At the hands of Instagram, whatever, we're way past the 1 minute mark. And John Laurinaitis pulls back the curtain on the dangerous workplace culture McMahon created at WWE. Um, where does it say what Brock did? Da, da, da. Some photos, we know about that. Another amendment. Lesnar likes what he sees. Grandfather alleges that McMahon for Lesnar, who has not appeared in the WWE since 2023, to Connecticut in 2021 for a sexual encounter, which ultimately didn't happen. That's what I want to say. So you have Vince McMahon trying to set this up between them. They did go back and forth, but again, she is the one sending the text messages. I think if I remember correctly, there was something about Brock Lesnar wanted piss videos and stuff like that, which was hilarious. It was hilarious. Come on. Not saying the situation is funny, but that statement on its own, you can imagine what that's like. But my problem that I had with this entire case was that she was confined for years and years and years, and she knew what she signed up for. She knew what it was. Now, I can totally see how it got more and more extreme, and especially when somebody shits on your head. I feel like that's a bit uncalled for. But, like, again, when it comes to Brock Lesnar and what was alleged in this case, where you have him getting pictures, they make a meeting in which she is down to do, and he doesn't go to it. Now, I know that WWE is a kid friendly brand, it is mainly for kids. I'm sorry, all my adult wrestling fans. I still kind of am one. You know, I watch a match here and two. I can't watch WWE. I watched a bit of AEW. You know, again, I'm mainly an MMA fan, right? Majority of you are, but like basically, you had Brock Lesnar, Vince McMahon using this girl to entice Brock Lesnar to stay, which is on Vince McMahon, and he got buried with Brock and he lost out on this fight. Which now that I've been talking for a while here. Let's get down to the actual fight itself. So it would have taken place where the Derek Lewis fight happened. Madison Square Garden, Madison Square MSG is always in November, so you would have had his his run at that time would have been you know, fighting in Strike Force, beating Josh Barnett for the title, beating Anthony Silva in the first round, gets to the UFC, Frank Mir, Roy Nelson, Patrick Cummins, Dan Henderson, and then he moves down so that King Velasquez can go for the title, which he got, and he loses to John Jones in one of the greatest fights of all time, one of the greatest rivalries, if not the rivalry of the UFC. And then he ends up fighting Anthony Johnson at 187 for the undisputed title because John Jones, I'm pretty sure that was the time when he committed his first hit and run. Submitted Anthony Johnson. Rest in peace, brother. I miss you. Anthony Johnson was a fucking behemoth. He was a machine. And like, he moved up to heavyweight in Bellator, dude. Fuck, he was massive. But rest in peace. And at a split decision against Alexander Gustafsson, again, the third best lightweight of his era. If I know that Johnson beat him, if DC, and if he won the first Jones fight, which a lot of people thought he did, would have gone down as the champion, still is one of the greatest light heavyweights to ever do, in my opinion. He beat Anderson Silva when John Jones tested positive, and really good legacy win there, but we would have had the rematch right after a year after the first fight. Then they try and book it for July 9th. gets canceled. Tried booking for Anthony Johnson in December, moves to April. He submits him again, and then he got head kicked by John Jones. Just kidding, he pops the Tyrannosaurus. Volker. So now we're getting to the time when the Brock fight was supposed to happen. So to this point, his only losses are to Jones, who is the goat of the sport. If he's not your goat, okay. You know, he tested positive, he did steroids. In the words of Nate Diaz, all these motherfuckers are on steroids. Look at Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya grew a boob. Okay? But, beats Volkan Usman by KO. Goes up to heavyweight. KOs Stipe in the first round to win the belt back. Has a title defense against Derek Lewis, which should have been Brock Lesnar. And then you look at that, then, okay, Johnson, Silva, Gustafson, Lesnar. I mean, beating Lewis is a good one to have on your record, but that was a gifted title shot because Derek Lewis was at the pinnacle of his career. Then in the trilogy, got killed by the body shots by Stipe, and then lost the trilogy. But again, it would have been major for him to add on the Brock fight. He could have a win over, Brock Lesnar, who would have been older, would have been inactive. But again, one of the biggest stars we've ever had. We had the Mark Hunt fight overturned due to steroid use. Maybe he would have popped in this fight too. But again, having a pay-per-view of DC, Brock Lesnar, that would have been major for all three of them. The fighters, the company. But ultimately, he went down with this lawsuit. Now, I don't know what exactly he said apart from the messages I read. He never met up with this woman. And it was Vince McMahon basically setting it up. Now, maybe this is about a completely different case, but it's still interesting to hear from DC why this fight never happened all those years ago. Well, let me know, what do you think about this whole thing? What did you think about Brock Lesnar's involvement in the Vince McMahon case? Did you dig into it much, or did you just watch the documentary? I want to hear what you have to say. Now, I want to make it clear, if Brock Lesnar actually did something, he should be banned. He should be gone. But again, from what was stated in that lawsuit, he didn't do anything physical. And again, I want to stress this, she was saying yes to that situation. But again, Vince McMahon is a sicko. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing that it got out, but let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching. Later.